I love that. We could have done it. Yeah, that's right. And people online, can you hear me okay? I hope you can. Uh, we are gonna do a recap on Salesforce Connections 2024, sharing some highlights, and maybe if it's nice out after the rain stops, we might go out. If not, we have pizza. Here, you can have a microphone, then we'll give it to the people, to the contestants. So, real quick about us, the organizers of the community group. My name is Pato Sapir. I've been working with Salesforce Marketing Cloud for a long time. I specialize mostly on the marketing side of Salesforce, doing a lot of marketing cloud, personalization, data cloud, and helping customers get the most out of it. And I work for Devs United. And Tom is my co-leader of the group.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all again. Yes, Tom Clyde. I am the CDP manager at Harbor Freight currently. Although we don't use Salesforce products currently, hopefully that changes in the future. But I've been working with Salesforce Marketing Cloud in general since about 2012. A few certifications to my name, and helping Pato lead this awesome group for about the last year. So welcome, everyone.
Awesome. So real quick before we start the event, feel free to join our Slack channel. We try to post there when the upcoming events are. You can ask questions, share useful information, chat with other people, so that's always helpful. But today we're here to play Cloudardy, or whatever that word spell. This image was generated by DALI, so any copyright infringements, you know, blame it on the machine, blame it on Skynet. And we have our contestants today. So if you want to introduce yourself, I'm gonna give you, or you can pass the microphone around. I'll keep this one so we can start going. Sure.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody online. I'm Orlando Briseño. I'm the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Salesforce guy. That's my unofficial title. And I do Salesforce. I'm the co-lead of the Cleveland Salesforce Developer Group. I hope to be able to answer a question at least.
I only saw like one question I can answer, but Linda Kane, I am the other co-lead of the Cleveland Developer Group. I am currently the Salesforce team lead, release manager, and senior developer at Great Minds.
I'm Adam Babcock. I'm a solutions architect at Sorcante. Been working in Marketing Cloud for ages, and recently, started working with Data Cloud and personalization, all that fun stuff.
My name's Julie Marks. I'm Director of Strategic Consulting at ListEngage, and I've been a Salesforce consultant for about 15 years. And my agency, our primary focus is Marketing Cloud, but we also do work in Sales and Service Cloud, personalization, Data Cloud, intelligence, etc.
Awesome. Thank you so much to all of you for joining, volunteering to join. One of the things that I'm really excited about this group in general is diversity of backgrounds and like companies. Everyone works and everyone trying to help each other. So it's really cool. We have like partners and people that use Salesforce in different capacities. So I think that's really cool. Everyone with the same goal of sharing knowledge. So today we're gonna play a game. One of the things I want to clarify, in case you didn't notice, Tom, that I'm foreign and not from here. So I actually probably seen like a couple of games of Jeopardy in the past, so I don't really know how to play Jeopardy. I realized after I had the idea that I don't really know how to how to play Jeopardy. But I think it looks like a board like this. We're gonna play for money, although it's not US dollars. We're gonna play for the Argentine peso. So the exchange rate is basically 1,000 pesos is 10 cents of a dollar. So the winner will probably get $1 at the end of the game. I hope that's okay. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Julie. You can choose a category, and you can choose, if you want, you can choose any monetary values that you want, and then we'll ask the question and we'll go from there, right?
Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm very competitive. I want all the Argentinian pesos. So I'm going to go for the big bucks. Let's go Data Cloud for 1,000, please.
All right. So the question is, what's new? So one thing is that the context of this conversation is talking about all the announcements that were made during the Salesforce Connections conference that was held in Chicago this past in May. So all the questions are around that, So the question is, what's new with Data Cloud and Commerce Cloud?
Yeah. Well, I want the big money, so I'm gonna start and try to satisfactorily answer this question for you, Pato.
Okay.
But I'll start, and then any of my panelists are welcome to add on to this, or anybody in our lovely audience. So at Connections, they announced a tighter integration between Data Cloud and Commerce Cloud. And I have not played with this yet myself, but my understanding is that this new essentially data bundle that will be available into Data Cloud will allow for the streaming of objects that relate to commerce. So products, categories, inventory. And I think what's exciting to me about that is, potentially the opportunity to have a unified profile on an item versus a person. So potentially that ability for Data Cloud to reconcile a product, for example. Is that true? Is that not true? I'm not sure. But I think that's an exciting, opportunity of where the product could go.
Yep. Anyone else wants to chime in?
I mean, I think that was all excellent. The only thing I'll say is I think working in tools like personalization and knowing the pain of getting that product feed into it and having to have it set up in a particular way. And it's been a kind of a pain for a lot of people. I think this is a really awesome solution that is going to help with that a ton. So excited for it. I have not played with it either.
Awesome, definitely. So Julie, you get actually 900 pesos because you didn't play with the feature, and Adam, you get the 100 from Julie.
I'll take it
because you chime in on the questions. So are you keeping scores, Tom? Okay, because we have to pay these people at the end. Did you bring money? Did you bring money? Okay.
You gotta like mark off the.
Yeah, I know. You know what? I didn't think about that. I'm sorry. Okay, and I don't know if I can do that in PowerPoint. So next time. Thanks for pointing out my flaws. Thanks a lot.
I'm here to help.
All right, Adam. You wanna take on the next one?
All right, sure. I'm guessing here that I'll be able to answer, but I'll go Marketing Cloud for 600.
600 pesos, Marketing Cloud. The question. By the way, anyone online, if you wanna put any questions on the chat, that's more than welcome to answer or chime in. The question is: at Connections, a stronger partnership with Typeface was announced to create journeys using generative AI prompts. Will you pay a Typeface license to have this feature? So you know Typeface? Okay.
I don't remember this announcement.
So they announced basically with a prompt, you can put a prompt. Do you see this, Julie? Did you see this on the market?
No, but I read up on it.
Yeah. So you type in a prompt, is I need a journey to engage with customers after they purchase a product, and Typeface builds a journey in Journey Builder for you.
I'm gonna say the answer is No.
You wouldn't pay. You're correct. No one will pay for that.
Honestly, I did not hear one marketing cloud announcement at Connections. It was literally all data cloud. and
Marketing
AI,
cloud
so you
engagement.
really had to kind of seek it out, I think. But that is an interesting one. Journey, as someone who uses marketing cloud a lot, building journeys is actually one of my favorite things to do in there. So that
Yeah.
feels like sort of a bummer to me, but I could see how it could be useful and save people a lot of time.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking. I don't know how much time it will save. Now,
Yeah.
if you tell me that it creates the content, the emails with the content and the landing pages or the push messages and the
Well,
elements within Journey, that maybe could
Does
be.
it just build the shell and like doesn't populate the
The video
solution?
that I saw, and you can actually see probably on Salesforce Plus the marketing, hey Dave, you can see the marketing keynote where they presented this. What was the question again? If you can,
Does it like populate decision splits and
yeah, it builds a flow.
activities?
Like the demo shows that it builds a flow of a journey, but it doesn't show like if it builds. I don't remember if it builds the actual content for the elements of the journey. So
Yeah.
To answer the question if we will pay for it, I don't have a clue what's the price, but I'm gonna say we're not gonna be able to pay it. But as with everything in tech, I'm gonna say that it depends. It depends in the use case and who's the audience. Marketing joke. Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, if the users like the power to create journeys automatically with AI and there's the budget for it, I mean, be my guest. I guess for most people, it wouldn't be cost effective, but it's cool. Totally. Other than journeys, I would love to have a feature like this, but to do segmentation to create queries and such, which I think that's out there, right?
there's a product that someone built. It's called Query, but the AI Query. I don't know how you spell it because like why, but like it's supposed to be like for Marketing Cloud. With a prompt, it will build the queries for Marketing Cloud. So I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know, they have some price in there, but I thought it was cool. All right, Adam, I'm gonna give you a 600. Orlando, you get 100 extra pesos for chiming in.
I didn't do it for money, but thank you.
So I think, Linda, you wanna take a turn? You wanna answer one?
Really? Okay. I'm going potpourri.
Potpourri, which
Yeah.
how much? How much you wanna? There are no wrong answers in potpourri. Well, in anywhere.
I want to go in the middle just because I don't think I know anything.
800 pesos. You're trying to see if one of these links is broken. I know what you're trying to, but they're not because I tested it twice. Potpourri for 800 pesos. Who are Astro, Cody, Cloudy, Brandy, Ruth? I don't know who Ruth is. Sig, Koa,
I
and
can tell
Flo.
I can tell you all of them.
I wanna know who Ruth is.
Do you want me to start there?
Yeah.
Ruth is an elephant.
Oh,
Ruth the elephant. She represents architects. She's
Okay.
the architect.
what about Astro? What is Astro?
She replaced Meta, the moose. They retired Meta to the forest.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Astro. I'm not really sure what they are. It is kind of Salesforce.
He's
It
the
is.
captain of Salesforce.
A raccoon?
It's not a raccoon because it's like it's a little kid in a raccoon costume, and because sometimes you'll see the Pride Unicorn Astro, and then Astro
Yeah.
Lionheart
Can be anything.
and Astro Yeti,
Wow.
and then Cody.
Cody,
Cody's
he's actually-
Cody the bear represents developers.
Yep.
Cody is
Cody.
6 foot tall. Ruth is taller,
Just
by
like
the
me.
way. Cloudy is Cloudy the goat. Cloudy represents admins. She is usually naked.
Just like me.
Brandy the fox represents marketers.
Yeah, we know. Brandy
Dresses like Steve Jobs.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Rosie Elephant. Well, who's Sig?
Zig is the zebra. Zig the zebra represents sales and sales blazers.
Oh, the sales.
Fairly-
Is that the latest one? The latest?
No, not the latest. He's
Is
about
Brandy?
a year old.
Is Brandy the latest?
No, Jeannie was newer than
Jeannie's
Zig.
new.
And then Koa was Mark Benioff's dog. And Dominique, after Koa passed away, immortalized Koa as a character to represent customers who have been with Salesforce a long time. Very
Aw.
cute. Very cute
That's
character.
nice.
Its paws are heart-shaped.
Oh,
And Flo, the flying
The
squirrel, he represents flow and automation. He hasn't come out a lot lately. I have not seen. He's got a mohawk
yeah.
for his hair, but he's normal colored. Like, I feel like he should be astro bright colors, but he's not.
Julie wants to chime in.
I just want to vote that she get full points plus because that was incredibly
She gets 1,000.
impressive.
She
That
gets
was not
1,000.
only the answers, but that was an incredible amount of detail. I was going to say these were all TikTok influencers. I was way off. That was a joke. Okay, great
That was
job.
Amazing.
I do have a-
Amazing.
I do have a video on my phone of a couple of them dancing at Connection.
Oh, wow.
Well, that might be bonus points later.
I have a question, follow-up question with Linda. What's the rarest plushie that you have?
Plushie. I mean, I have a lot of plushies, but not. Yes, I have a whole wall of plushies. I hang them from my badge lanyards on the wall. Not like they're choking, like they're on swings. I mean, I have one of the first Astros that came out. Astro at the time was just in the raccoon costume, didn't have a shirt or anything. Someone sent me a shirt for it, though.
Wow.
Because they decided Astro shouldn't be bare. I really feel like the Einstein ones, until this latest Trailblazer DX, were pretty rare. Another interesting fact that I learned that's hysterical, the Einstein plushies must have underwear. It's actually in the contract. Yes. Yeah.
That's right.
Trying to think what really. I can tell you the newest one.
What's the newest one?
The newest one is the sequined Astro for the 25th
Ah, yes.
anniversary.
Yes.
It is larger than the
It's
normal
huge.
one. It is.
Yeah.
It is quite big.
Yeah, I seen that one.
I do have a moose, though it's not an official one, because I might have gotten it at Cabela's instead of through Salesforce and decided it looked like Meta.
Nice. Awesome. All right, Orlando, you get to pick category and pesos amount.
Geez, I'll go with CRM for 600.
CRM for 600. The question is, Marketing Cloud Growth uses Flow to build omni-channel journeys. Do you have any Flow tips or resources for us, the marketers in the room?
Tips. Know the data model real well before automating. Like tips to learn flows. There's this very knowledgeable guy about flows in the UK, Mark. Yeah, I forgot his name. But yeah, flows for those that use Marketing Cloud, those are really similar to the journey diagrams. They are a little lower level, though. You have to know how to fetch records, save them, but they are powerful. Something that always puzzled me about Marketing Cloud growth was if it's targeted for smaller companies, because the license is cheaper, but still you're going to have somebody that knows
Yeah, the cloud.
Salesforce kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
in
It's
detail?
it's an interesting topic of discussion. Maybe even for a separate session about marketing cloud growth in general, because yeah, it's almost like you don't know if Salesforce rushed a little bit to launch a product or for trying to go to market as they develop, but that.
It's very curious. Like it's target for smaller companies, but you need to have like a senior developer
If
to handle it.
you look at the implementation guide for marketing cloud growth, it does require you basically to implement data cloud to get you started, which is pretty much a 50-page document to do that.
But it's a scaled down version of data.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. You wanna chime in?
Yeah, go ahead.
So learning flow.
Yeah.
There are plenty of trailheads out there for flow on
Okay,
the trailhead
good.
site. Additionally, if you're local, you could come to a Salesforce Saturday.
There you go. Salesforce Saturday. What day of the week that I'm getting? When?
So
When?
I'm not having any this month, but they will pick up again next month. And lately, I go to Common Grounds in the West Park area,
Okay.
Lorraine Road, and I just show up there by 9 o'clock every Saturday morning. You're welcome to join me whether I've published it or not. I'm pretty much there every Saturday morning,
Nice.
studying or whatever. I just didn't do it this month because I'm taking an exam this Saturday.
I love it.
But find a fun way to learn it. Don't learn it by just doing just business stuff. I have on my webpage instructions from a session we did over winter where we built a role-playing game character builder out of Flow.
Amazing.
Because you learn how the tool works and you learn different things you can do with it in a way that's a little more fun, and because it's fun, it sticks in your head a lot better.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. All right, so Orlando, I just got news that the inflation went up in Argentina, so you actually win 1,000 pesos. But it's actually less in. It's complicated. It's less in dollar amount, so it will be very complicated to spend you. And are you taking notes? You need to keep the score. We need to pay these people. And then Linda gets 200 pesos for chiming in. She gets 200. I feel like you should write this down, but okay. All right, Julie.
All right,
What's
let's do the category we haven't done yet. Einstein for 1,000, please.
Einstein for 1,000. Crazy. She's feeling confident. How do you think generative AI can help Salesforce admins and developers?
Ooh, that I probably should have picked a different dollar value because I'm not a Salesforce admin. But I think that just in terms of the ability for Einstein to serve up some of the reporting using prompts versus having to, type in criteria and filters. It seems like there's an opportunity to easily pull together like the top leads, the most likely to convert leads, quickly, which is something that would be very difficult to get to manually. Yeah, those are the two things off the top of my head.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, now we get into the real stuff that it does. So there is talk about it being able to build flows in the future. I have not seen that one.
So you put a prompt and it builds a flow.
You create the prompts and it can help build the flow for you. There's also the Einstein for developers. It's already out that can help you write.
That's a co-pilot for
Yes.
to develop Apex, right?
Yes, to develop Apex.
Yeah.
No, I have not played with it because I like to write my own Apex. I think it's a mix.
I've seen demos of it.
And I think it's a mix. I mean, I think I will say I have not, but I've had developers use various tools before that was available to help them start classes. So if anything, it's going to help a developer get over a blank slate to be able to get started. Because it can search for, it can do those searches for you for the code that's out there that might be relevant. Being someone who's been in the ecosystem more than 15 years and writes my own code, I don't know that I trust it, so I'm going to write my own. Still, I would love to see, though, if it can help me better identify places where maybe I could do things a little better, than I'm doing them currently.
Chime in? So I'll try to give the perspective of end user and backend admin and developer for end users. I guess for salespeople, it could help them write emails to close deals or whatever. Linda has her reservations about it, but the whole thing, and if since I guess most of us are Salesforce fans, we drank the Kool-Aid about the trust layer and how personal identifiable information is not going to be sent outside of your org, so everything's going to remain private and it's not going to feed an external large language model, which is what makes generative AI possible. That on the user-facing side of things for developers, I'm not against code generation. It's cool. It's great to have a place to start. You're always going to have to do tweaks. And it's always good to embrace our future AI overlords. I've generated tons of Apex and have to fix things and I have to adapt things. Yeah, but it speeds up stuff. I'm very excited about generation of flows. Although you see a diagram in the screen in the backend, it's metadata. It's XML, very intricate XML, and yeah, definitely it can generate text that ultimately is going to display as a diagram. So cool. So if somebody gets Marketing Cloud growth, they can generate their flows with prompts, and yeah, I guess in a secure way.
Yeah,
At least that's what is marketed from Salesforce.
I think
My comment, just from like a business user perspective, right, is how detailed, I guess, does the prompt need to be? Now, I know that you get into it, or you get out of it what you put into it, right? But like, if you don't have, I guess, a solidified vision for what you're trying to build, I imagine maybe there's some element of recommendation that might be provided, right, within the generative AI, right? But is it going to give us, what we want or what I'm trying to ask it to do as a business user, and that's just, again, more of a comment than anything. I haven't actually used it myself. I haven't actually seen much of it, but we may or may not have fully fleshed out visions for what we're trying to be able to do. Is it going to send us down a completely different path and therefore just waste more of our time?
Well, and I think from the standpoint of the end user, you're not going to see that prompt. You're just going to be working in the tool. The most you might do is say, hey, I want to show me the leads who are my top 10 leads, and it'll do that analysis based on the prompts. Sure. Or you might put in one of the samples they show is, tell me everything about this particular contact, and it comes up with a nice little short 3 to 4 sentence thing that highlights and gives you the link to that contact, based on summarizing all the interactions that have happened. For the email builder, what you will give it most likely will be, what's the purpose of your email? But behind the scenes, the admin or the developer have already set up the prompt to be able to utilize that statement you make with the data that's there and what data is allowed to be passed through.
great.
The more details you can pass to the prompt,
Yeah.
the better. It's going to be more
And
what you want.
something to check out is AirTrail has some prompt builder, which I believe is what drives a lot of like that, model of that being able to, abstract the prompt a little bit, so you don't have to write a full-blown prompt, like put in the personality and like what are the variables and stuff, which is, I think is cool. But All right, so points. Julie, you get 1,000 points, 500 points for Tom. And Linda gets 500, and Orlando gets 525. I'm trying to make the math hard. Yes. Yes, we know, Marvin. You came.
I wasn't sure if this was the place. I actually circled around like that.
Yeah.
I was looking for people's cars that are
Yeah. If you, as you're driving up, if you think you're gonna be murdered, you're in the right place. You get to the right place. Yes. That's how you know that you're in the wintergreen time.
Yeah. But,
You want the microphone?
well,
Yeah, because people.
Oh, I want, who's, I'm going to add additional points. No, but with this topic, I was just thinking about, as you guys were talking, I'm trying to get my food and everything. I was thinking about, remember back in the day, and this is going to tell you guys how old I am. Remember the Microsoft, Clay, yes, exactly. So as you're talking, in my head, I was thinking about that thing, which was very annoying because, it wasn't smart enough. And then now it, brings its head back 20, 25 years later. And as you guys are talking, I'm thinking the same thing, but then this is like a 3.0, like it's like the Supra of Toyota. I'm not adding anything more other than just that analogy.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you for sharing. And if anyone else wants to share, we'll just pass the microphone.
5,000 points.
5,000 points for Marvin. All right, so Adam, you want to choose a category, and we have about half an hour, just so you guys know, so we can keep
Well,
going.
I am falling very far behind in scoring here. So,
And also because I decide how many points you get.
yeah.
So,
So let's just go Pope. We haven't done 1,000, right? Potpourri 1,000. We haven't done that.
Potpourri 1,000, we haven't done.
Let's just give it a shot.
Potpourri
I'm a
for
little
1,000. What animal or thing, because now we know Astro is not really an animal, should replace Genie as a mascot for Data Cloud?
Oof. That's a tough one. Well, I'm going to say a lion because Data Cloud is a beast.
Ah!
When you think you got a handle on it, it throws you for a loop and takes you down. So I'm going to say a lion.
I love it. Linda, Julie, what do you
Yeah,
think?
well, I can't top that. That was perfection. But an animal that occurred to me when I saw the question was maybe an octopus, because we always talk about the hub and spoke,
Oh.
right? Data cloud diagrams look like an octopus.
I'm texting Mark right now. Marvin,
Yeah, I'm on
for
speed
those.
dial.
I feel like an
My
octopus should
friend.
go for MuleSoft, even though MuleSoft has
What?
a character. Because
Data point, Wilson. What do you think,
because so
Linda?
many companies that implement MuleSoft use a hub and spoke model to do so. All right, I was thinking a sloth.
A sloth.
This is not going to be complimentary at all, but because Data Cloud is for people who don't know how to do ETL and are lazy about it.
Wow. And why is sloth? Oh, okay.
There was a company at Connections.
Yeah, Stencil. Stencil has sloth.
Tons of sloth.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I have a sloth.
I was in Chicago. I just wasn't at Connections. Someone should have gotten me a sloth.
Yeah. Orlando, what's the animal?
I don't know. I like Genie. But
But that's it. Ginny is like,
yeah, Genie.
she's in a prison in the Philippines or something. We don't know where she is.
I don't know. A possum, but it still has to be a magician like Genie.
A possum. I like the beast. I was thinking a manticore when you say a beast, like something more mythical, because it's like you don't know what's gonna happen, like with that. Or a dragon, yeah.
But
But Sarkant is a dragon now.
it has to be said that the lion is the mascot for Nonprofit Cloud.
Oh, that's
but
great.
it's the Astro Lion.
That's right.
That and then the dinosaur that is at the sprints.
Which is an unofficial mascot.
A
Unofficial.
dinosaur.
Yeah, there's a dinosaur.
that goes to nonprofit.
Is that like Salesforce, the
For
first
the-
version
for
of
the-
Salesforce? Eh?
It's
The time?
it's the same dinosaur costume you see kids buy.
Ah,
The blow up
nice.
one. Yeah.
All right, everyone gets 1,000 points because everyone, even everyone, in 1,000 points. We need a conversion table. From points to pesos to US dollars because I just gave people points. So I don't know what's it. We need a conversion from points to pesos to US dollars. So, Linda,
So I guess I need to go to CRM 800.
CRM for how many?
800.
800. CRM for 800. And the question is Copilot for Marketing Cloud was announced during Connections. How do you see Copilot being implemented on Sales Cloud today?
Today.
Bless you.
So I think we already talked about the email template building for sales.
Yep.
I think that there was also a demo I saw where basically, tell me about this customer, at a high level. I kind of wish it went on and did the social media stuff too, but I don't think it does yet. I think also for some of our sales user is a way to, how many times do you get a call from a sales user? I forgot how to do this thing that I don't do very often, as something that can help them through that. I mean, I realize we have in-app guidance that we can build. We can create knowledge articles for them to be able to read those, but you have to know it to find it. So this could at least help surface those things for the user.
That's great. Orlando?
Yeah, I guess we kind of have already mentioned most of what it could do, but yeah, it'll be useful for end users. So instead of if they want to retrieve certain information and they have to create a report and then a dashboard, you write something to the prompt and it will generate that for you. So essentially saving you time.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Is that like something that is available today that you can do, or?
No, just
But I mean, I could see it. I could see that. I mean, it's a common use case, huh? That's right. Anyone else? I'm good. All right. I think whose turn? Orlando. Orlando, go for it.
I'm gonna go with a potpourri one. Which one's still available? 600.
Potpourri for 600. Aha. If you can't answer this question, you lose all your points, okay? How many ESPs are now part of Salesforce?
Potpourri questions should be about mascots.
I
I didn't know what an ESP was before I arrived to the meeting. Now I know that it's an email service provider, and I have no clue how many there are.
All right,
So yeah, I'm sure or marketing.
maybe Julie wants to. Julie gets all your points if she answers this correctly.
So yeah, in the future, if you are not sure, just say it depends, because then we're all consultants. I think that answer will always fly. Just a little tip there. But so when you think of an ESP, typically that's for marketing mass emails, right? I hate the term email blast. I won't say email blast because they should be personalized, but it's for emails intended to be broadcast from a marketing perspective. And officially now there are 3, because there is Marketing Cloud Engagement, formerly Salesforce Marketing Cloud, formerly ExactTarget. There is Marketing Cloud Account Engagement, formerly Pardot. And now we have Marketing Cloud Growth Edition, which we talked about earlier, and that is going to be, and there are going to be future editions of that coming out as well. Growth Edition is intended for small business, but it will be expanded on. And so yeah, lots of different options for customers considering doing marketing emails out of Salesforce. We were talking earlier before the meeting started, though, that if we just think about which Salesforce platforms can generate an email, like a one-to-one email, all of them. I mean, so that's a thing too.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. Points. Yeah. So Orlando doesn't get any more points. All the points go to.
I'll take them.
All the points split. No, not table. But we're gonna split the points between the three of them. So 1/3 of a points. Oh, actually, no, not points. They're like pesos.
Can Orlando earn future points or?
These are all like, yeah. Now you can invest your points. And we're gonna talk about later about timeshare option that I have. That's why you are all here, not to get murdered. Okay. Julie,
All right.
have we answered any data cloud questions?
We did one. Let's
And
let's
the
go
SFMC.
Data Cloud 800.
Okay, so we did data cloud for 1,000. Sorry, so data cloud for 1,000. No, 800. Oh, wait, 800 you said?
Mhm.
Okay. How is the integration between data cloud and personalization getting stronger?
Well, I'm glad you asked because in fact it is getting stronger. And at Connections they announced Einstein personalization, which is not a confusing name at all.
No.
Essentially, that's personalization integrated right into Data Cloud, and that was launched. It has some limited capabilities. It's web channel only. You still need full-blown Marketing Cloud personalization to do emails and mobile apps and other channels. But it's starting to get to the Salesforce vision of Data Cloud being the center of the octopus, as they say, and that was a joke. And all of the functionality living within Data Cloud, including personalization. So this is one step closer to that. So limited capabilities right now. For example, there is a limited ability to do product recommendations and reference catalogs. Marketing Cloud personalization, the full-blown edition, can still do more. But I think we'll see that integration getting tighter and tighter as time goes on.
And is this personalization driven using also Flow, right? Like you have to like send like a data action from Data Cloud into Flow to drive these campaigns.
I'm not sure. That's a
Okay.
good question. Adam, you need points? Do you know that?
Do you need points? I don't remember because I think
Say it depends.
It depends.
it depends in the marketing demo. I think in the marketing keynote they show a demo of this. If I remember, or in the main keynote they show a demo of this, and I think I saw some Flow in it as well. But I don't know.
What I will, it definitely depends on, I would say likelihood is yes, because where you see it going is it being part of this Marketing Cloud growth platform, although growth will probably end up not being in the name. But that everything is built on core, everything runs off of Flow.
Right.
So it certainly would not surprise
Yeah.
me.
I think it makes sense also because I don't think you want to have the activation channel be in Marketing Cloud personalization. So the way to get away from that is like the activation target goes into Salesforce, so you can do it in a Flow. But yeah, very interesting that how everything is going. Okay, 800 pesos for Julie. We're gonna try to go back to the pesos again. Okay.
But let's
Adam?
just close out Data Cloud with 600.
Data Cloud for 600. Are you sure?
Are there any daily doubles in here?
I don't know what that is. Remember, I'm foreign. I didn't watch.
Not familiar, yeah.
Not in this edition. Version in Cloudardy growth. There's gonna be questions on it. What do Amazon Web Services, Databricks, Snowflake, Google Cloud, Azure and IBM have in common for Data Cloud?
I'm going to say they all have native connectors built into the tool now.
Good. I'm gonna give you 550 points.
Bidirectional.
Almost. I think almost there. Orlando wants to answer. He's like shaking his fingers. He's like,
They're all data lakes. And
we're gonna give you 25 pesos for that. I think Julie. I think Julie.
cent.
They're very expensive.
20. Julie.
And they're all zero copy integrations.
That's correct.
That's what I meant with the bidirectional. That's where I was going.
That's why I gave you 550 pesos, not the full 600. And Julie, you get 600 pesos. Orlando, 25 pesos. So zero copy partner network. Let's talk about that. What does that mean?
All right. So I think, did you want to redeem something?
It really gives a copy, although.
Oh, controversial. Controversial.
Yeah, zero copy. That's an ideal. But
Let's talk about it. What does it
Well,
mean?
I mean, I think the intention is it for, especially for industries that are very secure, banks, healthcare companies, organizations dealing with a lot of PII. The idea is from a security standpoint, they don't want to pass data back and forth into other systems. So rather than having an ETL or pass through, that data cloud was essentially sort of reach in and use that data. But now there's controversial statements from the panels here that it's not truly zero copy. I don't know. I will tell you that as we've talked with some banks and some organizations that have required zero copy, Salesforces seem to have met the criteria, but I don't know. Maybe you've had other experiences.
I mean, technically it's zero copy, but like in order to make that data accessible at a faster speed, they're kind of like caching the data every period.
Right.
So like technically there's a copy, but it's to your point. There's no ETL.
It's not
So,
permanent.
yeah, it's not permanent. It's super cool. I will say the thing that is really hard to grasp with this is the consumption-based model and how this plays into that, because you're almost being double dipped on the consumption, because all of these services have their own consumption model.
Yeah.
And when you're accessing data from each system, they're both charging you for that.
And from a consumption perspective, it's incredibly hard to predict
Right.
how much will be.
Who's gonna when you
If you use a connector as part of a zero copy network, do you still get charge credits for streaming data into this?
I believe so.
Yeah. From both.
But less, I suppose. No?
They're not super transparent with their pricing structures and consumption models as of right now, so hard to tell.
I'll get back to you on that. It depends. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
We're really
at this point, I lost. You can assign points, Tom. All right, Linda, right? Yeah. Thank you, Adam. We have a few more to go. We're good in time.
I think we still had 1,000 left in CRM.
We have 1,000 of CRM left. All right, Linda. Let's see. This is gonna be the hardest CRM question you ever had to answer in your life.
That's because
Data
it's
cloud.
not a CRM question; it's a data cloud question.
No, wait. Let's finish the question.
Okay.
Data cloud is the underlying data model for marketing cloud growth. Do you think the same will happen in the future with sales and service? Meaning, today you go into Sales Cloud to configure the data model. You go to the object manager. You configure them. Do you think that instead of that in the future you're gonna have to set up Data Cloud and the data model objects and all that versus the object manager to set up?
No.
Sales Cloud? Is that you don't think it's gonna happen, or you don't want that to happen?
I can hope for. I really think, given the volume of customers currently on Sales Cloud and Service Cloud, that's going to be a tough sell.
Yeah.
Especially those customers that back end their data into other systems for storage. And also for what it'll do to the partner ecosystem. And I don't mean partners like consulting partners, but all the vendor partners like
but exchange
Own
partners.
Backup and escaping me. I've only used like 20 of them. All the deployment model stuff, because Data Cloud does not quite use the same deployment model as those.
Just to clarify, are you saying? It's even like you think this might go this way. That instead of having your
Grab the mic.
account contact.
Grab the mic so they can hear online.
instead of having like your account, contact, all those objects in sales and service, you would just create those as data lake objects basically. And
Yeah, or data model objects. You'll still have them, but the experience will be everything through data cloud.
if I was to put money, I think I turned the mic. Oh, if
If
I was
it's
to put
green,
money
then-
on it, I'd say yes, because Salesforce seems very clear in their vision and future for data cloud being what powers everything.
Maybe it will be like an upgrade, right? Yeah, you won't have to do anything. You will log in and be like, oh, this is where you do it now, right? I don't know
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah,
possible.
I agree with that. I think that is the vision. I think it will happen eventually. And to your, I don't know if this is the point you were making, but with AI on top of it too, it's just a prompt. You just say, hey, put my data in, and it sets up the whole customer 360 model for you, right?
Yes. That was not a point that I was making.
Yeah.
I want the record say that.
Where my brain went.
It's
All right, we're back in the realm of heavy speculation. Yeah, I'm torn. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense in regards of your CRM is transactional. It's a database essentially with a UI on top, and
Yes.
you want to have things relatable. I'm not saying that a data lake such as Data Cloud or all the others are strictly unstructured data. But I don't think it's the aim. But to Adams and Julie's point, yeah, Salesforce is betting big on Data Cloud to be the center of everything, like the holy grail of the 360-degree view of the customer, everything connected there. And yeah, great point with AI. If you're gonna have models that are gonna be able to operate well, you're gonna need huge amounts of data, which currently the Salesforce as it is data model will not be able to support.
Linda, for those of you who are not watching this,
Well,
Linda's looking at Orlando.
Without paying.
This is like a true crime podcast.
Yeah, you can have a lot of data, but it's gonna be expensive.
We were in the cabin. We're in a cabin in the woods, okay? So be careful what you say about the data model, Orlando. Linda.
I mean, I think the other thing is the types of customizations that are currently done in Marketing Cloud, they're not going to, you can't do those in Data Cloud right now because it means building things for the collections. I know, but I don't
Yeah,
think it's more than a while.
yeah, I agree.
Hopefully it's after I retire.
Hopefully it doesn't happen, right? All right. So now who's next? Linda, I think it's here, right?
No, back
Adam?
Okay. I don't.
Okay, so Orlando. Orlando, we have a couple. We have Marketing Cloud left.
Einstein.
We have Einstein left.
Do you want to talk about Marketing Cloud? Do you want to guess about
Einstein
Marketing Cloud or
600
guess
and
about
800.
I want to try to guess Marketing Cloud.
All right. We have 800 and 1,000.
Let's go big. 1,000.
Marketing Cloud for 1,000. Yeah, I mean, actually, the monetary value doesn't, have a direct relation with the complexity of the questions because, I think I was early in the morning when I put these questions were. But Marketing Cloud for 1,000. With all the advancements in Marketing Cloud engagement, what do you think? Why do you think the mobile channels haven't seen much improvement?
Okay, the marketing team from my job
Just
just left, so I
right
can
on time.
so I can safely say that I don't know.
Right on time.
It depends. Right?
It depends.
It's a good question, honestly. My best guess is that the demand isn't there, and they're focused on other areas. They have a lot of partner third-party companies that solve a lot of the solutions for mobile that they have trouble with. But yeah, I don't know.
That's a great point. I didn't think about
Well, I agree with that. I believe the vision is to look to more app exchange partners to solve for especially more of the fringe use cases that customers want. But I think as a whole, like I would say the same about social. I would say the same about advertising, and especially in Marketing Cloud, it hasn't gotten as much attention. And then more recently, we've even seen some of the advertising, like the Snapchat capability, go straight to Commerce Cloud, which I thought
Yeah.
was an interesting move. I mean, the only thing, and all of this isn't, kind of worries me as a Marketing Cloud partner, right? Like other tools might start to get more attractive to some of our customers. But I think the only thing I can think of besides the App Exchange, push is that really the attention has been focused so much on Data Cloud and AI because Salesforce knows they have to be there, and that's what's going to guide everything. That maybe once they're, maybe we'll start to see more of these developments. And with Data Cloud and AI coming together to power Marketing Cloud Growth Edition, right? Maybe some of these mobile enhancements and so forth will be seen in future editions
that's a good point.
following Growth Edition.
Yeah. I just think it's crazy that it's been years that the same. Like Mobile Connect, it's the same application that when you was in Exact Target when we did boot camps to learn it. Isn't that crazy? I'm a mobile pusher, but Mobile Connect is the same, exactly the same.
Yeah.
They added that extensions audience, I think. That was the last feature I remember them adding. Crazy. Good. We have a couple more. We have, Julie, we have the Marketing Cloud for 800 or the Einstein ones, 600 and 800.
Einstein 800.
Einstein for 800. What are some of the things Einstein can do for you in creating audiences?
Yeah. So Einstein can create an audience based on prompts. It can create audiences based on other audiences, so lookalikes. And it can also create audiences based on, most likely to be engaged with the content.
Nice. Amazing. You guys like...
Nothing to add.
No. Perfect. And then we have two more.
I feel like leaving now, like
Yeah,
George,
I know,
like
it's
George Costanza, like leave
if
on a
you
high
do a
note.
mic drop, it's so tiny that it won't be that as dramatic, but it will look cool. All right, we have
Do the Marketing Cloud one.
Marketing Cloud for 800, right?
You tell
I
me.
think. If you could have any feature added related to generative AI to Marketing Cloud engagement, what would it be?
Oh.
This is kind of like Einstein / Marketing Cloud.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is the segment builder GA yet?
So Segment Builder, I believe, is in Data Cloud. So Segment Builder is
Yeah.
great in Marketing
Yeah,
Cloud.
I think
Yeah.
I think that would
Or
be
the
a
query
good
thing.
one to help with queries.
Yeah.
The one thing we talk a lot about when we're talking to clients, they're trying to wrap their heads around why Data Cloud versus Marketing Cloud. They both have segmentation capabilities. Like, why would I do one and the other?
Yeah.
And a lot of marketing teams don't have that coding background to write SQL. If they need that, they have to go to like an IT person. And in Data Cloud, it's much more of a drag and drop functionality. So having the ability to just use a prompt and build a SQL-based segment with words would be really helpful for people that use Marketing Cloud.
Awesome.
But I also do think it will be in there eventually.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. I think we have Data Cloud for 600 and Einstein for 600. Those are the last two. These two. I think, that we haven't done. Did we finish it out? So Einstein for 600 might be the last one.
I think that's the last one.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to choose.
And I'm taking notes, and you remember all of them. So, what are some of the things Einstein can do for creating campaigns? Adam,
Well,
Julie?
in Marketing Cloud growth, Einstein can actually build out emails for you based on prompts. It also has, you can like set your like brand guidelines in one of the pages,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
cool.
it uses those recommendations and in building out emails and creative
Yeah.
for you.
Very cool. Julie?
I'll add it can write the copy for you.
Yeah.
And then I believe with the typeface integration, it helps you set the right tone for your creative as well. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, we don't have a bonus question. Tom pointed out.
Tom, pressure's on. Well, let's see.
So what's your bonus question? Tom is going to ask the bonus question.
I guess just a general burning question that I have, and would love all your points of view on different facets of the Salesforce platforms that you service. How user friendly do you think Salesforce is as a whole? And you can touch on each one of your disciplines, briefly. But one of the things I will say, so I wasn't at Connections. I thought Adam's company did a great job of kind of recapping some of the big points at Connections, which was great, helped me catch up a bit. Some of the chatter that I heard coming out of that though was like Salesforce, and this is from people that I saw posting on LinkedIn and things like that. Salesforce doesn't feel like their point of view was it's not as user friendly as it used to be, and it's even kind of trending in the other direction. And so I would love just your general points of view on your areas of expertise.
That's a great question, Tom. And for this final Jeopardy, I'm going to bet all of Orlando's pesos.
Yes.
And well, first of all, Salesforce is all clicks, not code, drag and drop. I don't know if you know that, Tom. So clearly it's all very easy. But in actuality, like I said, my company primarily works with the Marketing Cloud side of things, Data Cloud, personalization, and I think companies that we're working with are struggling with the fact that in the traditional marketing department, in the traditional marketing roles, those users are having a hard time with Data Cloud, which is a very technical platform. Yes, you can drag and drop some things, but it's still very, very technical. So I think organizations are going to have to evolve into not just marketing departments, but marketing technology departments. We're really going to see that merger between groups. And I kind of think that's where it needs to go from the standpoint of when you try to dumb down the technology, you also end up dumbing down the capabilities. And marketers want all the capabilities, all the possibilities. So to keep that, the technology kind of has to be complex. I think over time, certain things will get easier. You won't have to do as much SQL within Data Cloud and things like that. But that's the evolution I'm seeing. So I think the chatter that you've heard, to me, I think that feels pretty spot on.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think it's always been that way with Salesforce. Coming from a consultant background, you get into a lot of engagements where Salesforce sells things in a certain way, and the reality is not that. But to Julie's point, you can only make it so simple without it actually doing the things you want it to do. I think there are, for each different platform, there are things that are really easy to comprehend and really easy to use, and you figure it out pretty quickly. But for things like Data Cloud, it's going to take time. It's a brand new technology. You have to really have an understanding of, even just to do the drag and drop segmentation, you still have to understand how the data relates to each other, how you get to it, how it activates, all that kind of stuff. which is not a simple concept. So kind of is what it is. That's why Salesforce has partners to help you out.
There you go. Awesome.
I got a question. Does it always apply to Salesforce?
You know, is this a problem universally?
No, it does not always just apply to Salesforce. So,
Right.
and so I was going to bring my comment on the first question, and then I will actually throw in yours because I see it on other platforms too. So, on Salesforce, when they first introduced Apex, options like flow weren't around. We got workflow rules, which were kind of like writing formulas a little bit, but without really writing formulas. And then we got Process Builder and now Flow that kind of can replace some of what we do in Apex. Not always, but a lot of times. I just finished helping build an implementation of Field Service Lightning. All the customization we did through Flow except for one Apex class. In the past, just the implementation I did before of that, everything had to be Apex. Flow couldn't handle that volume, but now it can. But that doesn't mean your mindset needs to change. So even though the tool is more GUI and more able to be used by someone who isn't necessarily a coder, the mindset of a coder still needs to be there. You still need to think about that logic that you're putting into the tool. That doesn't go away.
Okay, thank you so much to all our participants for playing this awesome game. Just leaving some additional resources to look at the highlights of connections. Highly recommend the Salesforce website for some highlights. But also the Salesforce Plus website have all of the keynotes during connections that are covering a lot of these topics that we talked about. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.